everybody, I am back on another video, and today we're going to do a preview of the Chick-fil-A kickoff game between the University of Virginia and the University of Georgia. Actually, let me just center myself. Well, actually, move back. That kind of feels weird. But yeah, we're going to preview this game. It will be on August 7th, which I don't remember what day that is. I think that's a Friday or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I think it's a Sunday. I don't remember. I don't know. It's early in August. The kickoff time is to be determined because we're all the way in April, and that game's all the way in August. So we don't even know. When it's gonna go. If we do another day, just not the time. But we do know enough where we can make a kind of a preview game of it, and I got a lot of this information from OddsShark. So yeah. Georgia opens up as 18-point favorites, and according to OddsShark, will win and cover the spread, with their predicted score being 36-14. Georgia coming on top. Now, of course, these are rounded up because it was really Virginia 13.8 and Georgia 36.2. So I kind of just rounded it up and just gave Virginia the benefit of the doubt of two touchdowns, and Georgia give them just 36. According to ESPN, Georgia has a 95.3% chance of winning this game, while Virginia's just sitting there at 4.7. I mean, it makes sense. It is Georgia after all. It is Georgia after all. It's SEC. It's one of the best SEC teams. Versus one of the best ACC teams. I mean, come on now. But I think that might be a little too high because for some odd reason we play better against SEC teams. I mean, look at our two past bowl games: the Belk Bowl against SC and the Orange Bowl against Florida. We just played better. Won one of them. Shut out South Carolina. Not bad. And actually, a really good South Carolina team who I think ended the season with the same record if they would have won the game when they the season 8-5, they went 7-6 because we were the same record. And of course, this past year with Florida, you already know what Florida is, one of the best SEC teams one of the best SEC teams and one of the better teams in the country. It was a top 10 team at the time. They ranked at number 9. We went there and if it wasn't for some miscues and fake injuries, still pissed about that, would have won the game. Legitimately would have won the game. Because Bryce Perkins literally just went the fuck off, had 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards. And Cecil DeWall also had 2 receiving touchdowns to go along to his impressive resume against some really good teams like Virginia Tech and Clemson, which he also had 2 big games in, even though we got blown out against Clemson. But yeah. And about some returning production for Georgia, they bring 65% of their team, 50% of their offense, and 80% of the defense. So the defense is going to be really good. Their offense might struggle. Some key losses. I've only put 2. There's going to be a lot more. There's a lot more key losses than just the ones I put. But they're the first ones that came on top of my head, and I'm only going to put 2 because I don't really feel like putting that much. But key losses for Georgia are going to be, of course, their starting quarterback from last year, Jake Fromm, and their top rusher in DeAndre Swift. I probably spelled his name wrong. I don't know. I'm not good with names. I can pronounce them. A lot of times I can't spell them. And of course, Virginia, just above them with 66% of the production returning from last year. And actually really, really similar to what Georgia, 51% of their offense and 81% of their defense. So literally just 1% above in every single category. I put key losses as Bryce Perkins and Bryce Hall. You're talking about the leader of basically the entire offense last year, and a leader of the defense, which we did play without him ever since the Miami game, for most of the season. But it's still a key loss because we struggled on defense without him. We also then have Jordan Mack he was in and out when it came. He was in and out because of injuries, but Bryce Hall, we really struggled ever since he just got hurt and broke his leg. We just did. I'm not going to sugarcoat. So before I give my prediction, I just want to get a couple more things out there is Georgia versus UVA. A lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Georgia's going to blow out Virginia. Why is this a game? Why was it scheduled?" And a lot of people said that about the Florida game too. And I mean, it's how it is. I mean, do I think UVA is probably going to get the credit, the love they deserve from a lot of other people? No. At least not for a long, long time until we actually have consistent success. And we had consistent success. They just don't give because. Yeah. But the thing is about UVA, we fight, and fight. We don't give in. It's rare for us to. It's rare to see us give in to kind of like pressure. It's kind of rare. We play until clock hits 0. So that's the thing I have for Virginia. They're gonna say Georgia's gonna put up probably 50 points, and Virginia's barely gonna scratch in 7 points or some shit like that. I don't know, but my prediction is both offense will struggle to get going. Let me read that. Both of us will struggle to get going because of loss of production. I have all this written down, but I don't know why. But yeah, both offense will definitely struggle, to kind of drive down the field at the very early in the game because again, both teams lost basically half of their offense, half of their production from last year. You think about Georgia, of course, you lose your leading rusher and your quarterback, and I completely forgot to mention they're starting off with tackles in Andrew Thomas, and I think they also lose their other tackle, if I'm not mistaken, or someone else on the offensive line. And of course, both teams have new QBs at the helm, so they're definitely going to struggle in the very early game, especially with both teams returning basically their whole defenses. Georgia with 80 and Virginia with 81%. So they're definitely going to struggle. But, eventually the offenses will get some traction. I do believe that. I think eventually, as the game progresses, these two teams, their offense will start getting some traction with Brennan and Jamie Newman, Jamie being a former ACC quarterback, and, of course, Brennan being a current ACC quarterback. I don't know why I put that. I just wanted to. I don't know why I said that. Whatever. But they will eventually get some traction and start playing well. But again, these are really two really, really good defenses. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Of course, according to odds, Georgia's going to put up 36. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll eventually pull away and put up some points, but that won't be until the fourth quarter. Because again, both teams have really, really good defenses, and they bring a lot of their defense back. I mean, not only that, UVA, they lose 3 dudes, and they bring back 2, both of them being in the secondary. So I think that's going to do wonders for us. That would be Darius Brand and Brent Nelson. I think that would do wonders for UVA, especially going against a really good opponent in Georgia. But yeah, it'll be a low-scoring game, but I do have Virginia coming on top, 23-13. Only a 10-point win. They do not cover this. They do win, but don't cover the spread. Again, that's because I'm going to say this for the 3rd or 4th time or some shit like that. These two teams have really good defenses. You might say, oh, how does Virginia have a really good defense? They struggled. That was because of injuries. And we had a lot of them. Like I said. Or I might have not said it. I don't know. At one point, and they said this during the Orange Bowl against Florida, at one point they had 7 injuries in the defensive backfield. And if I'm not mistaken, only 6 of them returned. Also, if you hear a rumble, sorry, can't really do anything about it. But yeah, the only player that came back was Heiskin Smith, which was one of our corners. Only player that came back. At least that's what I think. I don't know, I was watching I was watching it early this morning, so. But yeah. Now we get those guys back. Yeah, there's Bryce Hall leave. Yeah, there's Chris Moore, who actually started in absence of Brenton Nelson last year. He's going to be on to Georgia State. But yeah, I do think it's going to be a low scoring game. Okay, I just want to get out of this way. Around this point,
My brother, he decided to come in like 3 times in a matter of 30 seconds. So it might be a little choppy, and I kind of forgot what I was ending off with, so. But yeah, it's only about a minute. So yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed, and peace.
So him going to Georgia State is definitely going to kind of screw up our depth in the secondary, but I mean, it's whatever. Well, not really screw up, is only one player, so. So yeah. But I still do have Georgia winning this game 23-13. At the end of the day, Georgia's just a better team. SEC versus ACC. They're just a better team. They're gonna end up pulling away. They're gonna struggle because one with a new quarterback. They have a new quarterback at the helm in Jamie Newman. So they're gonna struggle, especially against a really good defense like Virginia, who brings back most of the production from last year and gets back 2 players that were injured for basically all the season. And Brent Nelson, Darius Brown. Actually, Darius Brown was injured all year. So, but yeah. That's my opinion on this game. Your opinions can differ of mine. This is just how I think. I might be a little biased because I'm a UVA fan. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed, and peace.